It's certainly not a controversial statement to say that there's yet to be a great movie adaptation of a video game property. Some of them have been somewhat successful financially, but as of yet, there's not a single movie based on a video game that is a great piece of film. Most recently, Sonic the Hedgehog, which came out in early 2020, has announced a sequel, yet it isn't known as a great movie. I am yet to see this, so I don't really want to comment on how good it is or not. It just hasn't sold me yet, if I wanted to go see it or not. I'll probably watch it at some point in the near future, but I'm not too keen to see it just yet. Also, in 2019, Detective Pikachu was released, which was adapted from the popular video game franchise Pokemon. I have to say I did somewhat enjoy that film, it didn't blow me away though. Director James Cameron recently stated that Resident Evil was his guilty pleasure, so a great filmmaker like Cameron loves this movie, but only as a guilty pleasure. There's still no film I myself, or many people I know, can point to and say, that is a great video game movie. There is hope though, and I think the first great video game movie may come from Jordan Vogt-Roberts' Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid is a game franchise created by Hideo Kojima and published by Konami. The franchise started with Metal Gear in 1987 on the MSX. This led to the release of Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation in 1998 and has now concluded with Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain in 2015, which was released across multiple consoles. The current premise of the film, which has been in development hell for quite some time, is as follows. An advanced tank is stolen by a terrorist group and an elite soldier, Solid Snake, is dispatched to retrieve it. This is lifted from the plot of the first game, but from interviews the director has suggested that the film will be more than this, and will follow the lore of the series and adapt the spirit of all the games into a movie. He has also recently stated that he'd love to do an animated series on the franchise as well. The way the director talks about the series, it is clear that he loves the game franchise, and he has a real passion about lifting the story and the world from the video game and adapting that to the big screen. Thing is, why do I think this could be the first great video game movie? This is because of an interview he gave to Collider a few years ago. When asked about home runs when it comes to video game movies, he gave an interesting answer. Here it is.
Well, the three examples that I always give that I think are home runs are actually not based on video games, but I think they're video game movies. And that's, I think Kubo is basically a video game movie. It follows the mechanics of Zelda and quests and armor upgrades and bosses much in the same way a Zelda game does. Snowpiercer, I think, fundamentally taps into the mechanics of a left-to-right side-scroller. Everything is going left to right the entire movie. Every train car represents a new level, a new stage. And then Edge of Tomorrow, I think, taps into the sort of meta mechanics of video games, the way that you respawn, the way you go back to a checkpoint. And so I think there have been three seminal films that in a more meta way tap into sort of what you feel when you play a game. They just don't happen to be based on video games.
So rather than films being adapted directly, he lists these three films as video game movies, and I believe he is spot on. I think from this answer I have so much confidence in him directing this movie and making it something special. Having also seen the concept art which was commissioned, I believe he gets the franchise and understands that creating this movie would not be a direct adaptation from one of the video games in the franchise, but taking parts of the iconography and characters, blending them together and creating something the fans of the video games and ultimately the average movie viewer will go and enjoy. However, Metal Gear Solid has been worked on by Vogt-Roberts for around 8 years now. There's no confirmed release date, no confirmed cast, and no official announcement that the film is going ahead. I do think though, given the chance, this could be the great video game movie that people have been longing for. Only time will tell if I'm right about this one. So thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, click the bell icon to keep up to date with my future videos, and please let me know in the comments what your favourite video game movie is, and whether you think Metal Gear Solid could be the first great video game movie. See you next time.